Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Hello friends, Namaskar. I, Dr. Bhavna Trivedi, an Assistant Professor of English, welcome you all to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University video lecture series. Today, in this session, we are going to discuss about the superstructure. That is one of the topics of unit number 3 of paper MEG 05, that is Literary Criticism and Theory. As you know, in the last session, we discussed about the theory of Marxism. And under that, we discussed that the capitalist society has given birth to the class distinction. And we find two startlingly opposite classes like bourgeois and proletariat. This particular system creates a kind of irreparable break in the society. Superstructure is one of the fundamental components of Marxist theory. Marx's theoretical framework provides a layered analysis of society, where each stratum of society has its function in maintaining the means of production and all related factors. And that's why the Communist Manifesto is called the Bible of the working class. Marx says that society is composed of two different components called the foundation economic base and overarching superstructure. The base refers to all the production of means, that capital, labor, and all that aspects that creates material and generate services to fulfill the basic needs of society. While superstructure is all about all the factors that serve the interest of the society. We find different institutions in any society in the form of state or political system or law and legislation, education system, culture, right, media, all such a kind of, layers that we find in society function as the superstructure of the society. You can see here, there's these two different components as Marx has described, substructure and superstructure. They function in a spiral, you can say it has got spiral pattern where base, all the means of production, you can see tools and, machines and factories and all that particular, aspects run by proletariat class. The base, foundation of the society, and that particular base shapes actually the superstructure of society that you can see in that form of, in red color you can see everything that is not directly related with that production, means of production, but it is, in the form of kind of a layer found in society in the form of art, or you can say the family, hierarchy of family, or, culture, religion, education system, right? And all such things are in the face of law or legislation, media, right? Political system, culture, and religion. So, a superstructure in that case encompasses the legal, political, cultural, and ideological aspect found in the society. So, we can say Marx and Engels, in that way presented a dualistic vision of society dividing into two interconnected parts, right, in the form of base or a substructure or superstructure. Base of the society, that is the foundation of economic foundation of any society, right? It is the, it refers to all the means of production and all the related, means of, you can say capital, labor, which is very, very foundation of the society. All that constitutes the economic, you can say foundation of society is called base or substructure of the society. On the other hand, superstructure is, it refers to all the ideologies and institutions found in society. So ontologically, right, ontology is something, it refers to the function, right? Ontology means function. So ontologically, this substructure is to serve, to justify, and to maintain the economic base of the society. So superstructure in that case serves the interest of the ruling class found in any society. It preserves and legitimate the interest of the ruling class. So any society that we find, the institution in the form of government, legal system, schools, religion, culture, religion in the form of churches, previously that particular hold of churches was very important, remarkable, and it was not less than law and legislation of the society. So we can say superstructure produces and distributes the ideologies that help stabilize the foundation or base of the society. So in that case, superstructure is quite independent of the base, but its development, the way the superstructure runs, right, has a lot to do with the, you can say, prosperity of the base of the foundation of the foundation base of the society, or economic base of the society. So whatever the economic conditions prevailed in the society has a lot to do with its superstructure. So we can say both of them, the substructure of the society, that is the foundation, economic foundation of the society, and superstructure of the society, they both share a dialectical relationship. And because they both very nicely, you can say very effectively, they share a kind of relationship, affecting each other in a most fundamental way. The base largely determines the superstructure in that case, but the superstructure has also its has its influences back upon the base. So there is a kind of a reciprocal relationship. Whatever the foundation or the economic base of the society, it reflects on that superstructure, and the system, the value system, or you can say the norms and the working system or the oxygen of that superstructure has a lot to do with the foundation of the society. So this dynamic has been asserted by Marx in a very most distinguished manner, where he says that it is not the consciousness of the man that determines their existence, but their social existence actually that determines their consciousness. So every society, or every superstructure of the society has got certain ideology, and it is through ideology and norms and rules and regulation of such a superstructure actually the foundation or the base of the society is run. So ideology actually represents the dominant ideas of a particular era, right, particular time period, which reflects and serves the interest of the ruling class. These ideas are not merely found in the minds of individual, but actually these particular ideas are found in are institutionalized in certain phases called religion, culture, law and legislation, education, right? These are the phases which actually codifies, you can say, which actually codify that particular ideology of given class, right? So we can say superstructure in that case shows that interconnectedness of the institutions and all the cultural you can say practices found in certain institution. And one of them is, you can say, political structure found in any state. Political structure or the state's politics or the ruling system found in so and so state plays a pivotal role in any society. It works as an instrument for ruling class, right? Because it enforces law and legislation. It has got certain policies upon that any society is to work. So it upholds the existence of the society in that case, and all kind of property relations are controlled by such a political party. Or and again, a legal system of any society is in that case integral part of political system, because all the legal system laws and legislation actually is codified by so and so political party, and all the economic interest of the ruling class actually are found working in on society. So sometimes it also happens that in a democratic country, right, certain kind of law and legislation is somewhere found exploiting the labor class, and in that way as a part of lawful protect lawful condition, also sometimes it protect also the particular class. Another important institution found in under superstructure is religion. It's a key factor, because any society, religion is something a kind of, you can say, oxygen, or it is a boost to you can say to run certain society. And for Marx calls religion as the opium of the people, because it provides, what Marx says, that it provides the solace in the face of economic hardship, right? It offers a kind of illusionary solace, right? Sense of meaning. It gives people sense of meaning, and it's a kind of boost, right? A kind of layer, a kind of boost that make people work in certain condition, and in that way it functions to pacify the working class by encouraging believers, right, to accept suffering in this life for the promise of afterlife, right? So in the name of religion, actually people get conditioned to work in certain system, right? And so it is, for Marx, it is a kind of distraction, right? When people follow a kind of given religion, or kind of low certain norms on the name of religion, actually they they forget their own consciousness, and they go on working under certain kind of a promise given by the religious institution, right? Another important factor found under superstructure is education system found in so and so society. It's a very crucial component of superstructure, because education actually instills value system in individual, and that particular value system is very important to support the economic base, because through from the very schooling, individuals or children are shaped to behave in certain way, and when their minds are conditioned to behave in certain way, in the form of a discipline, right? So such a kind of discipline is very much required by the capitalist, you can say, production, because they are framed to work in a certain way in the name of discipline. So education actually cultivates a kind of mindset that respects authority and adheres to social norm, and in that case certain capitalist society can be run by following certain discipline. So overall, this superstructure, we can say, is a very essential to understand the political, ideological and cultural system found in any society. All such a kind of elements work together to reinforce the foundation economic base. And this particular superstructure is also very important as an economic product of the economic base, right? Which is an superstructure actually works as an active player, right, to enforce a certain system, to emphasize the economic foundation, or to emphasize certain class to work in certain manner, right? So it can be very important for any society to maintain certain system and to legitimate certain system, to maintain that social order, right? Superstructure is very important. It also sharpens individuals, you can say, consciousness, right? Helps reproduce a class relationship, and sometimes it also provides the tools to challenge them, right? So this division of substructure and superstructure of any society, actually it conditions, certain minds. And Marx says, by studying these two particular, components of society, one can, actually come to know the, self existence. If you want to know about your existence, you can you can access to that particular condition of society. And by knowing this, by studying this particular structure, layered structure of the society, one can know about, one's own existence and the place found in society, right? So superstructure, that glazed layer of the society, actually helps you to understand where you are in which society, your function as an individual. Thank you so much.
स्वाध्यायः परः